how can you release all of the music that you want across pretty much all of the online platforms for less than $20 a year? DistroKid, that's how. My last video we talked about why you would release music, why I would release music, and got some interesting discussion going on that. In this video I want to talk about how we physically release that music once we've actually decided that that's what we're going to do. This video is sponsored by the lovely folks at DistroKid, but everything I say is genuine. So let's start right there. So one of the most important things you can do in today's day and age, God, how old do I sound, is digital distribution. So there's over 150, there's probably thousands, but there's over 150 for sure digital streaming services online somewhere, whether that be Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, YouTube Music, etc. There's hundreds and hundreds of them. It's very difficult, if not impossible, to go and upload your music, create yourself a profile and put that on all of those websites. In fact, some websites don't even let you do that. You actually have to go through an independent distributor. So for less than $20 a month, DistroKid can do all of that for you. Genuinely, about 2 years ago, just over 2 years ago, when I released the Sky Painter, wow, was that 2 years ago? I decided to do a bit of research into this kind of digital distribution thing, because until then I'd used a few other services that hadn't quite lived up to the promise, and I'd just been selling direct through my website. And then I discovered DistroKid through kind of various other YouTube guys, other musicians I know, friends that were using DistroKid recommended it to me. So checked it out, got the basic profile, $20 or $19.99 American dollars per year. It's super simple to do. Honestly, if I can do it, God, you can definitely do it. And it's amazing. It distributes your music to over 150 plus music stores. One really important thing about DistroKid that isn't true of lots of others, or some others, is that you keep 100% of the money that your music makes. So you pay a one-off yearly fee, and then you make 100% of what that music makes. Which is really cool, because when you're getting paid so little for your music being streamed anyway, you definitely, if you're only getting 0.0001 pence per stream, you want all of that 0.0001 pence per stream, believe me. I want to quickly show you some of the really cool features about DistroKid, and then we're going to talk a little bit about physical distribution as well. But I strongly recommend that you go ahead, get yourself a profile. If you sign up using the link in the comment box below, in the description box below, you'll actually get a further 7% off the price. So it's too cheap, really, man. It really is. Cool, let's dive into some of the features. Alright guys, so I'll very quickly take you through some of the basic features. So when you load your DistroKid account open, you're greeted with this here, your dashboard. You can see all of your music there. In my case, it's 2 albums. Click on one of these. Let's go with Cosmology. Also along here, it will show you some of the websites, kind of the key websites, the key retailers, where your music is on sale. You'll have to forgive my terribly slow internet. You forget I live in a village. Here you go. So what you can see, this is kind of the home screen for Cosmology. You can see the album title, all that there. There's a button here. If you wish to kind of remove this from all the stores, DistroKid will also do that for you. You don't have to contact anyone independently. If you suddenly decide you don't want your music to be on sale anymore, go ahead and pull it. It'll give you the songs there with the lyrics, the credits, and you can download the songs as well, so it provides a nice little kind of extra bit of backup just in case you have any catastrophic computer failures. At least you can get the audio, the finished songs back. It'll tell you here what stores it's in. You can add it into more stores. I need to go through and kind of update this, to be honest. The record label, the team feature is really cool. We're going to talk separately about that. Additional features that you can pay extra for: YouTube money, so that whenever the algorithm picks up that your song or your music's being used in YouTube video somewhere, and make sure you get paid for that. Automatically deliver it to new stores using the store maximizer, and leave a legacy, which is really funny. Not funny, quite a serious message. If you die, then DistroKid won't delete your music. It'll continue on sale forever and ever and ever. Also, if you forget to pay for your DistroKid membership, or there's an issue with your card or something, they won't just pull your music. If you pay this additional fee, that'll continue to run just basically forever. So really cool. Here it'll show you, if you opted into YouTube money, which I must go through and do, here it will show you which videos are using your music. The teams thing, real quick, so this is super cool. So at the minute I'm a team of 1. However, I've got a little bit of a project on the go that might mean there's larger teams. So let's imagine that you're a band, okay, and there's 4 members in the band, and all of you have equal input and equal rights over the music. What you can do is add new team members and decide how much each person automatically get paid from every single sale or stream. So you could select there, Adam Ironside gets paid 25%, John Smith 25%, etc. And DistroKid will do that automatically for you and distribute the money automatically for you, so there's none of that kind of annoying situation where one person in the band is responsible for paying everybody else. DistroKid will do it for you. That's really cool. It also means, when we're going to talk about the price plans, if you are a label or you want to set up as a label, it means that you can pay, let's say you release a track for a band and the label, you've decided you want to keep 50% for yourself. You can then distribute the other 50% through DistroKid for all of the parties. So everybody in the band get an equal share, the band manager, publisher, whatever. You can literally pay everybody from the profits automatically using DistroKid, and it saves you a lot of hassle and a lot of work for sure. The next thing, which I'll strongly recommend you take a look at, is the stats page. You can get everything from a basic overview of how many streams you've had in the last couple of days, in the last year, of all time. There's cool little bar graphs. And then there is also ridiculously, they call it excruciating detail, a lot of extra information every single time your song's being played. So if it's being played on YouTube, for example, how much music how much money that one stream has made, and it's quite funny and distressing to look at. So I started off 2 years ago with a basic musician account, which is $19.99 American dollars a year. Again, save 7% on your first year by using the link below. You can upload unlimited songs, unlimited everything. The only limitation is that you can only have it for one artist or one band. So if you're a solo instrumentalist or you're only in one band, this is a perfect account for you. However, I strongly recommend looking at Musician Plus, which is what I've recently taken up. For $35.99 a year, you can have 2 artists or 2 band names. You can upload unlimited songs. You get a Spotify verified artist checkmark next to your artist profile on Spotify. Daily sales stats as opposed to just kind of, I think it's monthly, quarterly, something like that. Customizable label name, which is cool. So if you actually are on a record label but you're handling your own distribution, or if you're setting up your own label to help track sales, finances, that kind of thing, you can basically put your own label name in there. Customize the release date. You can also have a pre-order date as well, which is cool. And customizable iTunes pricing, which is really cool as well if you decide that you want to sell it at a certain price. And finally, something that I am considering upgrading to in the near future as part of a project is having this label account. So it's $79.99 a year, which is still a really low price. You can have up to 100 artists or bands, 100 artists or bands, all distributed through that one account. And you can set teams, members for each of those songs. So it's just going to handle all of the work for you. So that's really cool. You basically get everything that Musician Plus gets, but you can have up to 100 artists, which is just awesome. Genuinely, this is a sponsored video. This is essentially kind of an advert for DistroKid. But genuinely, most of you guys would not have heard my music if it wasn't for DistroKid. And I'm sure it can do the same for you too. Finally, there's the bank feature at the end where it will tell you exactly how much you've earned over the years, over the last few days. Again, kind of built in with the stats. It will tell you exactly how much you've earned. And that's where you can also withdraw your money from into your bank account as well. So yeah, really cool. That's great. So DistroKid, thoroughly recommend it. One of the other things you might want to look into, as well as digital distribution, which is probably where most of your listens and most of your sales are going to come from, is physical distribution. Some guys like myself still enjoy having a CD or a vinyl, or cassette tapes have actually made a little bit of a comeback in recent years. Not quite to the success vinyl had. But you want to think about making some CDs, some vinyl. So I have put both of my records out on CD. A little bit of a different kind of ballpark, so you either want to send it to an engineer or do a lot of research and really understand what you're doing, because you need to kind of put it in what's called Redbook standard or Redbook format for the CD, which is certain bit depth, certain sampling rate, certain bit depth. The artwork's got to be a certain size, the CD has to flow in a certain way. It can be a bit of a minefield, so it's worth sending it off to a pro engineer if you don't know what you're doing. Get all of that in order and then start looking at CD duplication or CD replication. Ideally, you want to go for a replicator because the quality can generally be controlled a lot better. For Cosmology, I actually just went with a duplicator, and the CD quality turned out to be pretty good. However, the Sky Painter, which was replicated, is a hell of a lot better. The CDs are a lot more consistent too. One thing that might be easy to overlook, and I nearly did to be honest, is a barcode. So if you ever want to try and get your CDs for sale in a physical shop or even on some websites, it's really worthwhile spending about £30 and getting a barcode. It just allows them, it allows the store, it allows the retailer to be able to track sales, track stock much more easily than without. If it's a small local shop and they're stocking a few CDs for you, probably don't need it. But it's well worth getting for the sake of £30 or so. I got it on Cosmology too. Next up with distribution, I've decided to only distribute directly through my website at ironside.com. So using DistroKid, they get my music out there to everyone to go and listen to, buy the digital format if that's what they want to do. Then if they want it on CD, perhaps they want me to sign it, or they're like me and they're just like a physical copy, they want to be able to open the artwork and read through the stories. Then what they can do is go to ironside.com and buy the CD from there. Now with Armatura, we do actually have what's called a distribution deal with a record label called Mighty Music. I don't want to get too much into the legalities and technicalities of that, but what that basically means is Mighty Music distribute the CD for us. They get it into magazines, they get it into stores, they help us out with a little bit of PR and promotion and press and that kind of thing. So it's up to you how you approach that. Research both methods. I've just gone direct with CD selling. Alright guys, so that's it. I hope you found this video interesting, informative, educational, whatever. Genuinely, the moral of the story is if you want to release your music, there's no better place to go and do it online than with DistroKid. Make sure that you use the link below and get your 7% discount. Even without the 7% discount though, it's a hell of a service for the money. Alright guys, thanks for keeping in touch. I will see you very soon. Take it easy.